The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Morris.
And the one thing that he'll be looking to change is the downturn in his three-point percentage. It's taken a hit here the last 10 games. I know he's putting in extra work to get that rhythm back.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, D.A. Thank you. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
So the New York starting five, Julius Randle is out there with Morris. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then it's Barrett, and it's Ntilikina in at the point. And for the Nets, Garrett Temple is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Harris. And there's Jarrett Allen. And it's Prince in at the 4 slot. And so off the tip, it's New York. Here's Ntilikina. Outside Gibson. Here's Ntilikina. Dinwiddie covering.
And, you know, the length of Ntilikina, man, takes long strides when he's driving inside to get past the defense. Fantastic stuff.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Now here's Allen, covered by Morris. Allen's shot is off. Now the Knicks with it. And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Here's Ntilikina. Dinwiddie covering. Prince with it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Gibson with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Barrett. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. It's good. Here's Dinwiddie. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
Prince misses. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
And, you know, it's never easy trying to win away from home. They were close, but just needed a little more push at the end.
Here is Harris after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Allen kicks to Harris. Fires for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
To the middle. Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Harris, coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Prince, the rebound by Gibson. For New York, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Morris, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
The Knicks shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one, 57% from the field. And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
Inside, here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
You know, that's what you love about Ntilikina. I mean, very unselfish and constantly looking to set up his guys.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Prince, right side, over Randall, and that's Prince, that time on the assist by Allen. Prince has got his second basket.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Here's Ntilikina. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Now, here is Morris. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Pass to Temple. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
First one falls for him. Clark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And the free throw, no good.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. And New York making a change here. Portis is checked in. Here's Ntilikina. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. The pass to Barrett. Over Temple. Barrett, no good. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
That's his first personal foul.
And here is Payton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
New York leading by 5. To the inside. Here's Portis. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. And it's Nwaba missing. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Philadelphia.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Net shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Pass to Chandler. Shoots over Portis. That misses off the backboard.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Ellington. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now here's Ellington, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Greg Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
And he's good on the second. 1:06 left to play here in the first. Right side, Jordan. That one goes. Count it.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Payton up top. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
But they'll get another chance. A shot by Jordan, no good.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
The offensive rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Chandler. That shot off. Some solid defense from Robinson. And David Nwaba picks up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Knicks have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
He hits the second from the line. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Trailing by 10. Passes to Musa. Now here's Chandler. Robinson with the block. The Knicks have come up with 3 misses and 5 attempts so far at the line. And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws. Now Dinwiddie.
counts. It counts.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And so it's New York in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right, Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Knicks, Knox out there with Portis. Then there's Payton. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Robinson in at the center. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season we thought the Knicks' cornerstone player was Kristaps Porzingis. But the player and the team fell out of love with each other, and the Knicks traded him to Dallas. The draft picks and cap space freed them up for a wild summer, led by the drafting of rookie R.J. Barrett in the draft. Now New York has one of the more drastically revamped rosters in the league. Kevin, there's a lot to be excited about going forward in the Big Apple.
Big moves indeed, David. Thank you. Timeout called the Nets. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
And New York making a change here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Julius Randle comes in for Portis. Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And Barrett subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Smith. Jared Allen making his last shot. Randle left side. Great open look there. Randle's got the lead up to 14 now for New York. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Down low. For 3, Harris. The shot off that time, so New York will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Smith. Jared Allen making his last shot. Smith finds Gibson. His three-pointers off the mark. Allen against Gibson. The 11-footer. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Allen.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Shots good by Gibson.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. A 3-ball. Drills it from outside. Dinwiddie's got his second basket of the night. The Knicks leading by 9. Smith right side. Here's Randle. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randle, so good at finishing inside.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He has 6. Here's Allen. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Smith. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Man, I like the fact that Smith is very quick of foot, gets into the lane easily, and then finishes really well around the rim.
It's tipped. Here's Allen. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. The
Nets making a switch here. Waba's checked in, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Knicks. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Ntilikina passes to Barrett. Here's Randall, and it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
Here's Ntilikina, and can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Pass to Dinwiddie. From deep three-point range, basket is good. The assist from Harris. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, Dinwiddie does not hesitate to go right back at a guy when he's been scored on. He wants a three of his own that time.
New York leading by 11. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his third foul of the game.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Randall. Bobby Portis comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Knox in for Barrett. Here's Ntilikina. Here's Knox. Clock at 6. Ellington from outside. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Lets it go from 11. Another shot. Up and in on the layup. Jordan's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The shot's good from Ntilikina.
Boy, it's good to see Ntilikina get going, especially from the mid-range area.
Now the pass to Nwaba. And here is Jordan. Here's Pinson. From outside, off the mark. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter. And David Nwaba picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington.
Elfrid Payton.
.103 left in the first half. Outside Portis. Now here's Payton. 6 on the shot clock, and Robinson throws it down.
Payton, an absolute wizard in terms of how he sees the floor. When he creates a little separation off the pick and roll, he's extremely hard to guard.
Here's Nwaba, trailing by 13. From downtown, drills the three-pointer. Nwaba's got 6. And the Knicks with possession here. Last time they met in New York.
Very tough loss for them last time they played. I mean, in the end, the amount of trips to the line they gave up did them in.
And, Greg, they deserve a lot of credit for being aggressive, though. I mean, they got to the line a bunch because they forced the issue.
Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but, Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Pinson passes to Jordan. Here's Musa. Here's Nwaba. Here's Jordan. A second chance effort. He lays it in. Jordan's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Goes up, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Elfrid Payton.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
DeAndre Jordan. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
He's off on the first.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And he sinks the second. For New York, they have gone 7 of 11 from the line. That's good from Payton. And both free throws good for Payton. Here's Pinson. Shoots the three. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Knicks leading by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. New York holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They lead by 10. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, you know, he's been up in the air so often, he's been absolutely a pest on the defensive end.
Nets trail by 10. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Garrett Temple. And it's Harris in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
New York shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. From 13, Barrett, no good.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Out to Harris, over Morris. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Harris.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. They've led by as many as 14 points. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. He can't get that one to fall. The Nets go the other way with it. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
New York leading by 4. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That's his first foul. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. And a switcher also for New York. Smith has checked in. Inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Dinwiddie finds Allen over Gibson. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Allen.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Smith up top. Dinwiddie covering. Randall with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Harris outside. Over Morris. Off the left rim and out.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look. But when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here is Morris. 6 points for him and a missed layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Temple, trailing here by 8, and there it is for him. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of microanalysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Timeout called the Nets. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince, and David Nwaba is subbed in for Garrett Temple. The Knicks making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Robinson against Allen. Here's Knox. 7 points in the game. It's hauled in by Harris.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And it's good. 2 points. Dinwiddie's got 11 points.
Boy, it's so difficult to corral Dinwiddie. Even when you get physical with him, he finds a way to power through.
Knocked away. Dinwiddie with the steal. Chandler outside. Allen outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Free throw, good. Allen. And Greg, safe to say Allen's defense is ahead of his offense?
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
No good on the second free throw.
Boy, you know, you look at the raw athleticism of Allen, very enticing. I mean, he's a quick-footed, shot-blocking big guy. He's got a great future in this league, in my opinion.
Here's Payton. Allen knocks it away. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris with the ball. Waba passes.
Oh, man. Did you guys see that? My goodness, Allen got crazy talent.
And so Payton will bring it up for New York. They've led by as many as 14 points. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time. And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Knicks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. A shot by Ellington, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better. Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
1:37 left to play here in the third. Dinwiddie against Payton. Here's Robinson. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 6th assist on the night.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The feed now to Allen. Floats one. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got his 6th rebound on the night for 3. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Out to the right wing. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot by Payton, no good.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Here's Allen, and that's good off the glass that time. Allen's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
Well, I think you just got to tip your hat to Allen. I mean, when he's hitting that, just say good shot.
34 seconds left to play in the third. Payton with the ball, defended by Dinwiddie, and the shot goes down. And that's now 9 points for Bobby Portis.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
For 3, Harris. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
"17 seconds left in the third quarter.
Nets foul call. Substitution for the Knicks. R.J. Barrett.
11 seconds left in the third. Right side, Portis. Softly drops in the floater. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Knicks lead by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. Robinson is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1 spot.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. New York leading by 4. Pass to Portis. No good there. Jordan with some nice D. The net shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Pinson, no good. New York shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Knox misses.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
To the wing right side. This one for 3. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
That's become more the norm for Dinwiddie now, guys. He once was a poor long-distance shooter, but now he's made a big jump in that part of his game.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Passes it to Robinson. And the shot is good.
Timeout.
And the Knicks lead by 3.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Garrett Temple subbed in for David Nwaba. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Julius Randle comes in for Portis. And Morris subbed in for Kevin Knox. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Shot is good off the back rim and in. Prince has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Ntilikina, sweet little floater.
Boy, nice control of the floater there by Ntilikina. When the D gives him space to shoot it, he makes him pay.
Back to Dinwiddie to take the lead. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's Ntilikina. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the paint. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And that one falls for Prince. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Ntilikina. Dinwiddie covering. Barrett wide open. He fires. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Pinson. Back to Temple. Pass to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Barrett the pass to Ntilikina. The shot will not fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Dinwiddie right side. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. Prince's shot is good.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Ntilikina. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He gets it in there. Ntilikina's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And, guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside Gibson. Randall left side. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To the inside. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. And now an 8-point Nets lead.
You know, sometimes you forget about Dinwiddie's versatility. I mean, when he's feeling good, he's capable of scoring from any place.
And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Joe Harris.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside Gibson. Here's Randall. They get it back. Morris with the bucket.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Allen left side. Gibson with the steal. And the wide open shot from Morris. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn leading by 6. Prince in the corner. Deflects the pass. Allen kicks to Harris from deep. The rebound by Gibson. Knicks have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Here's Barrett. The Knicks rebound. No good from Gibson.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
To the middle, here's Morris. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
Here's Allen, and he uses the glass on the layup. Allen's got 13 points in the second half.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
New York calls timeout. They're behind by 9. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jared Allen.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. Here's Ntilikina. Dinwiddie covering. Ntilikina passes to Randall, and Randall throws it down.
You know, guys, every year Randall seems to improve as a scorer. You know, he's looking more and more confident, more comfortable out there scoring the ball.
Now here's Allen. Harris, no good. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's foul number 2 for him. Knicks trail by 7. Ntilikina looking it over. And there's the pass to Randall. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
And those are big points here. If they can do the job on D, this game could get close in a hurry.
On the wing, Harris. He dishes it to Allen. Back to Harris for the three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Offensive rebound. Rejected by Harris. And he gets it back. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Randall. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Allen left side. That shot misses. Great D that time from Gibson. Now the Knicks with it. Here's Barrett. They get it again. Randall can't connect from short range. And now we've got the intentional foul. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Spencer Dinwiddie. At the line for two.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Left side, Gibson. Goes up again. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
You got to get a body on Gibson because if you don't, he's relentless in attacking the offensive glass.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
You know, important for him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
But they recover it. Pass to Morris. From deep three-point range, the rebound by the Nets. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
5th team foul. At the line for your Nets, Jarrett Allen.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. There's Trier with the 3. Misses the shot. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
We just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.